your friends think you're a spendthrift, George. Um, but when you were way back, you didn't grow up with the finer things. Uh, how did you acquire those tastes in clothes and restaurants and music? Although maybe music you might have had when you were younger.
I think that as I grew older, I became exposed to a level of social sophistication that I was denied as a young person growing up. My life experiences and the environment in which I operated had expanded greatly. I started to realize that there was a particular persona that I needed to embrace in order to be able to successfully operate in the business community or in the athletic community. And clearly, one of the dress part, I think, had a lot to do with Lefty Driesell, who I worked for and during my early tenure in coaching. Lefty was a stickler for impeccable dress, that we should carry ourselves as persons of distinction. The way you dress allow people to have an initial respect for you, and so over the years, I started to put more and more emphasis on my overt appearance. And then when I look back on it now, I don't know that I thought a lot about it then, but my dad was a really good dresser, and so maybe in some ways it was inherent from him. But I even to this day, I'm 76 now, and I still place a lot of importance on the way I dress and the type of clothes that I wear and so forth. And from the standpoint of restaurants, I don't know if it was the fact that growing up that we never had a whole lot to choose from when it came to foods and that. And but the more I became exposed to foods and restaurants, the more intrigued I became, the more interested I became in experimenting different tastes and so forth. And it actually became a destination point for me, someplace where I could go, relax, feel good, experiment different types of food, different ways of preparing food, to learn just learning what a basic place setting was. And so to me, all of those things were educational to me. They helped me define who I believed that I was. The music, I think I came up. Oh, I don't think I know. I came up in an era of jazz, and so I to this day in storage, I probably have over 100 LPs from back in the old days of jazz that I collected. And that, to me, music was always a place of refuge where I could go, and it would take my mind off of things that were dominating, and give me an opportunity to relax and let my mind wander off into to interesting places. And so those are three things that still dominate my life. I would say of the three, probably the one that's taken on a lot less importance is music. But I replaced that with reading and books. But I think all of us find different areas and different things that make their life fulfilling. And for me, the things that enrich my life are people, books, places that I travel, and an opportunity to find great restaurants in that. I'm in constant search of new restaurants and that, and so those are things that just fulfill me as a person.